Flawless Beauties. I'm coming to you with a new do. This is freshly washed hair. I washed it and let it air dry overnight. I'm gonna start off with my parting for my whole perimeter around my head, okay? And y'all, my parts do not be like super duper perfect. It just be like all over the place sometimes. So here I'm just trying to get my parts as straight as possible, and it's not easy, you know, not seeing the back of your head, but I'm going for a part in the middle. That's just the easiest for me, and it lasts the longest, I guess. So here I finished parting my hair. This is gonna be my leave out. I'm just checking to make sure it's as straight as I can get it. And yeah. So now that I'm happy with it, I'm going to go ahead and braid down my entire perimeter. So now that the perimeter is done, I am going to go ahead and braid down the rest of my hair that's going to be under the cap. And these braids are not going to be small. You know, they're just not going to be super bulky, because I want it to lay a little bit flat. And I'm just taking my 25 Miracle Milk by Mizani leave-in conditioner and just putting it through my hair just so it could be more manageable and softer. And basically to give my hair some nourishment. You still want to make sure your hair is moisturized, even if it's covered up. So I'm just sectioning that off. I'm gonna go ahead and start my braids. And your parts don't have to be perfect. They're not gonna be seen. I'll be back after all of this is braided. All right, so my hair is braided down. So now I'm gonna take my needle and thread and sew up all of this. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and take my needle and thread, and this is a curved needle, and I'm gonna focus mainly on going under the braid because you don't want to go straight through your braid. That could cause breakage. So I'm gonna try my best to just go under the braid. And there's no exact way to do it. You just want to make sure your hair, you know, is all tacked together. That's just the main goal. And y'all, do not get on my naps in the back of my head, okay? Do not judge me. That's going to get straight into don't judge my naps, period. So now that I feel like I have it secure, I'm going to go ahead and close off that thread and just tie it down so it could be secure. And now that it's done, I'm gonna go in with my Wonder Weave wrap, and it's a protectant that you put on your hair whenever you do glue styles. And it's just going to act as an extra barrier between my hair and the glue. And I put on a little glove because it does get pretty sticky, but sometimes I don't use a glove, sometimes I do. It doesn't really matter, it's really your preference. But I do use this stuff whenever I do quick weaves because it just gives extra protection, I feel like. And I'm being very generous with it. I'm going to use a lot of this stuff. Pretty much the whole thing. You want to go ahead and blow dry it. And it's not going to be completely dry, but you want to get it as dry as you can before you go in with your now that weave it's cap. Kind of semi-dry, I'm going to go ahead and take my... before I go in with my weave cap, I'm going to take some of my Mael Grow Oil, and I'm just going to put it between my braids. Because I am going to have this in my hair for probably like a week and a half to 2 weeks. So I want to make sure, you know, my hair has some oil, has some moisture. Now I'm gonna go in with my weave cap. I'm just gonna make sure it's snug on my head. All right, so now that my cap is secure to my liking, I am going to go right back in with my Wonder Wrap protection and just put that extra coat on the wig cap as well. Just making sure it coats fully, you know, all my braids, because that glue is annoying and you don't want it to just be all up and through your hair. So this just helps with that completely. So I'm just taking my blow dryer again, and I am going to dry it as much as possible. I'm gonna get it so dry. So I'm just feeling it to see if it's getting like sticky or tacky. And y'all, that stuff is sticky. I don't have my gloves on no more, so I'm kind of annoyed, but it does get pretty sticky. Now I'm gonna go in with my Eben Wonder Lace Bond. And y'all, I don't know, I just decided to use it, but it does definitely work really good for quick weaves. Like, it just helps for everything to just mold together. And that was just a view of the back. I'm going to go in with my needle and thread again just to get that cap down, because I don't want it sliding or moving or anything. And again, I'm going under my braid. There's no exact way to do it. You know, it's not a sew-in, so you just want to make sure the cap is secure and anchored down to your braids. That's all. I'm going to go ahead and take my Maybelline concealer, and I'm just going to go ahead and trace around my leave out. It's just to make sure I don't get any glue or lay any tracks on my leave out, because that's a whole nother headache. So it just helps when the concealer is pretty light. And I'm going in with my icy hair. This is some straight Brazilian bundles. All three bundles are 18-inch, and this is just some affordable Brazilian hair. Instead of using pack hair, I like to use cheaper, like, bundles, basically, because it's going to last a little bit longer, and it's human hair or semi-human, who knows, but I go with icy hair. And I bought this from Amazon, but I typically get it from AliExpress. But I didn't have time to wait for it to come from AliExpress because I have plans. So Amazon just came with the quickest delivery. So yeah, these are just some regular bundles. I'll definitely have a link in the description box if you're interested in this hair. It's your pretty standard bundles. They last a pretty good amount of time. No funny smells or anything. And I just like the texture of it. I've bought a lot of hair from IC before, so yeah. And I'm taking my Salon Pro bonding glue that I get from my local beauty supply store. Sorry. And yeah, right here I'm just trying to fit my tracks. And typically I go in a U-part type of shape. I don't just lay the tracks straight. And this just helps with like how your hair is going to lay and fall. So yeah. And your hair typically, you know, naturally goes in a U whenever you're doing like these cap methods. So yeah, I'm just going with how it naturally goes. We're going to go with a U shape, and I'm going to start cutting my tracks and laying them with my glue. So now that I'm laying the tracks down, after I lay each track, I typically go over it with a little bit of got-to-be spray just to make sure it's secure, no slippage at all. And then I'm going to go with my blow dryer. Trust the process, you guys. Anyway, I'm just going to continue laying each track and I'll be back. So as you can see, I've gotten a little bit more done. I think I'm now on the last bundle and I'm just continuing to lay those tracks and I'm getting closer and closer to my leave out, but I'm still going in that U type of shape and just laying the tracks. All right, so now I'm at the very end and I'm just closing that section off where my leave out starts. All right, so we almost to the finish line. I'm gonna go on my spray again, dry it up, and yeah, we're getting somewhere now. And I'm just showing you guys the back. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the cap, you guys. You wanna be as very careful as possible because you do not want to cut your hair, your leave outs, your prized possession. You just don't. So this is sped up a little bit, but I definitely take my time because y'all, I ain't trying to lose the leave out, okay? So yeah, just take your time. All right, so now that's like from the last bundle. So I used like 3/4 of the bundle or whatever. No, is that? I don't know, but that was the last of what was left from the 3 bundles. So I'm just putting this hair out the way so I can now work on my leave out, my 360 leave out. And I'm just showing you guys how it looks. I'm going to go ahead and take these braids down. And I'm going to take my Mizani Therma Strength leave-in heat protectant. And that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to coat that on my hair just to protect it because I am going to go in with my flat iron. And I'm going to go with my Mizani 25 Miracle Nourishing Oil as well, just to give it some shine. And I'm going to make sure my ends are fully coated. You got to protect the hair. And I'm going in with my Baby Bliss Pro, and that is on 375. I'm going to take my rat tail and just comb it through. You don't want to flat iron your hair when it's not even detangled. You want to make sure it's detangled, and then you want to go in with a couple presses of your flat iron. All of this is straightened. I'm going to go ahead and curl all of it. And it's just gonna be loose curls, nothing major. And then I'm gonna go ahead and slick my edges a little bit. I still want it to look as natural as possible, but this is it, fully installed. And as you can see, I can put it in a ponytail. I can put it in a ponytail, very natural, very light. Don't get on my kitchens, but you know, I could put it in a ponytail. It's very lightweight. I could even get away with probably like a half up, half down type of thing. So, all right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my curler and try to go ahead and get some curls up in there. And I'm taking my She's Bomb edge control and I'm just gonna put that across my edges to try to slick them down. And y'all, this is my favorite edge control. It really, you know, does the job. My hair already waving up. Ain't that sad? And I'm like relaxed now. So it's like, dang. Still cute though. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit of Got To Be spray just to, you know, mold it down a little bit. And y'all, this is, you know, pretty much to the finish line. But I do have some gray hair, so I am going to go in with my black spray. And I am going to get and just, you know, cover them grays up real quick. And y'all, I've been graying since I was like 16. Like, it is what it is. At this point, it's like genetics or some shit. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just getting rid of the grays. So this is the finished look. Easy and versatile, and I absolutely love it. When I come back on the video, I'm gonna be dolled up and ready to go. All right, you guys, so this is the next day. I put some rollers in my hair, some sponge rollers, you know, just to give it some body. And I took them out, and this is it. I fixed my edge. Y'all, look at this. I have a roller left. Oh my gosh. All right. But yeah, so I'm getting ready to go on a date with hubby. This is it. This is my versatile quick weave. And I'm in love with it. It's so light. This is it from the back. And yeah, y'all, so tell me if you like it. Let me know if you want to see another video. I'm really feeling this. It was really easy to do. I'm probably gonna keep this for like a week and a half or to 2 weeks. It just depends. But yeah, let me know if you guys like it. But thank you, Flawless Beauties, for watching.